Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing a new way to play Yanmega EX from the newly released set Destined Rivals. So that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have the 3 Yanma and the 3 Yanmega EX. It does have the ability Buzzing Boost, which is a really good ability. Once during your turn, when you move this Pokemon from the bench into the active, you can search out your deck for 3 grass energies and attach them to this Pokemon. And then we do have the Jet Cyclone for the 3 grass, 1 colorless. We can do 210 base damage and then move 3 energy cards from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon. And then as a secondary attacker, we did combine this with Decidueye. We have the 2 Rowlet, the 1 Dartrix, and the 2 Decidueye EX. And it does have the ability Total Freedom, where once during your turn, you can move this Pokemon from the bench into the active, or from the active onto your bench. And then we do have that Hunting Arrow. We have for the 1 grass, 1 colorless. We can do 130 base damage and also do 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So really good for sniping that Bidoof and knocking it out for that 30 damage. And then we do run the 1 copy of this Tapu Bulu as a single prize attacker of that Wood Hammer. We can do 220 base damage and then 30 damage to ourselves for the 2 grass, 2 colorless. And then lastly, for our draw engine, we have a 3-3 line of Dunsparce and Dudunsparce. With the ability Runaway Draw, once during your turn, you can draw 3 cards and then shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards back into your deck. And then moving on to the trainer cards for our Ace spec, we do have the Prime Catcher. It's basically a double switch out where you get to gust up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and then you do get to switch out your own active Pokemon. And then for our stadium cards, we just run this 1 copy of Artazon, where once per turn, each player can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it into their bench. And then for our supporter cards, we got the 4 Arven. You can search out your deck for an item card and a tool card. The 2 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 4 copies of Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. And then for our tool cards, we have the 1 Big Air Balloon for our Decidueye EX. The Stage 2 Pokemon this card is attached to has a no retreat cost. And then we do run the 1 copy of the TM Devolution as well as the 1 copy of the TM Evolution. Ideally, we do want to go second on the first turn of the game so that we can use this TM Evolution to quickly evolve up 2 of our benched Pokemon. And then for our energy cards, we got the 2 Jet Energy, which will be a colorless energy and a switching option, all rolled into 1. And then lastly, we have the 10 basic grass energies. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. And looks like they're going first, so that does work out for us. We definitely want to go second here. Yeah, all we get is Rowlet. So yeah, they won the coin toss and they decided to go first. So let's see. It looks like no mulligans from either one of us. They Ultra Ball. But that's always, I don't know. Definitely a sign they probably didn't get the best starting hand if they're Ultra Balling on their first turn. Looks like Evolutions. They got Charcadet. Yeah, I'm definitely not using Iono. Yeah, no, let's go for the add-on. Another Rowlet. So let's say they pick up another Eevee. Oh wow, what are the odds? They use Iono. Pretty crazy. Okay, at least we get the Yanmega back. So I don't know if it's even going to be worth it to try and put the Decidueye into play for this game. They do have fire types with Flareon and the Ho-Oh EX, so they can definitely do a lot of damage. They get Armor Rouge for the Ultra Ball. Wow, they're going to go for the Cruel Arrow here. No, they pass, okay. That would have been pretty bad. Devastating, actually. Yeah, let's Jet Energy. No, let's play Arven. Do I pick up Dunsparce and Grass Energy? Yeah, they got 0 cards in their hand. I don't know how they're going to pull this off. I'm assuming they're probably just going to concede here. The Artazon. They get a Chi-Yu. Umbreon. Yeah, and they got nothing. Oh no, wait, they got the fire off here. So they can use the Moon Mirage, I guess. Yeah, let's go for the 440. See, they go into Chi-Yu. Yeah, I feel like they basically lose this. What are they gonna do? Yeah, they just concede here. Nice, we win it. So let's go second here. And have our opponent go first. We definitely want to try and use that TM evolution. So is this gonna be a metal deck? This could be the maybe the Heatran or something else. Goldango. They do have the Scyther, which is probably gonna be Scizor. With those punishing scissors, they can do quite a lot of damage. Wow. 2 Pokemon, 1 energy, not much. Let's see, let's Buddy Poffin. I don't know, should we use Iono? I don't know. I think we'll go for the Find a Friend. Get the Yanmega. Bug catching set. That's kind of interesting. If they're using metal in... Yeah, they don't find anything. Because what is that? Top 7 cards for any grass, Pokemon, and energies that they find. They can put 2 in any combination into their hands. So yeah, I don't know why they'd play that though. Like in their deck list. So, another metal energy. Yeah, they just go for the agility here. Hoping we can draw an energy card here. Nice, that's pretty perfect actually. Can retreat out into Yanmega. Oh no, let's put out Artazon. I don't want to use Iono, but get maybe, I don't know, another Yanma. Let's see, there's Jet Energy. They go into Latias. Yeah, I know they can make a comeback here. I'm assuming they get Mimikyu. Let's see, they're running lightning energies in this deck as well as whatever they do find with Earth and Vessel. They get Psychic and Grass. So I don't know what deck this was. I don't know. My guess is that this had to have been Goldango. They go into Mimikyu. Or maybe let's go for Prime Catcher here. Gust up their Latias. Artazon for another, I don't know, maybe let's get a Tapu Bulu, just in case. It looks like they might try to wall us out with the Mimikyu. Let's see, Iono and Ultra Ball. Yeah, I still don't know what kind of deck they're playing here. Can't figure it out. Just mostly because we didn't see a single attack from them other than that agility from Scyther. They used their Artazon. They got Eevee. Maybe this was an Evolution deck? Because they do run quite a lot of different energy types. So it could have been that. But then again, Latias doesn't really fit in there. Like, why would you have Latias in there? See, they pass again, okay. Yeah, so let's just Ultra Ball for Yanmega. Let's go for the Wood Hammer. We're going to get here Iono. So yeah, they're pretty interesting. They didn't really set up at all. Nor did they play a supporter card now that I think about it. They Artazon. Let's see what it is for Monkey Dory. Completely surprised by that also. Oh yeah, pretty cool. We got, what, 8 energies in play? They get Leafeon EX into play. Do they have Crispin or Sparkling Crystal? Ooh, wow, they do bosses. They're probably gonna knock out the Yanmega actually. Because we got so many energies in play. They do 60x for each. Let's see, Friends in Paldea. So I think they do 300 actually, so pretty bad. The Artazon. So I'm pretty surprised. That definitely did take us by surprise, the Leafeon EX. Out of all of the evolutions, that's basically the perfect one to disrupt us. Pretty bad. Because we do put lots of energies into play. Let's see, the Dunsparce. Go for the runaway draw. Yeah, let's go for the 220. It's not like they have that many options here, because they had such a bad start. There's just not enough ground to make up for this. Because if they leave Leafeon in the active, they'll just get KO'd. Especially since we can probably put the Decidueye in the front and then switch into Yanmega. Yeah, let's give them Dunsparce, and they're using Rhyme. So really interesting supporter cards. They got the Friends and Paldea, Rhyme. That's Scyther. They got Hop, Zacian even also. Yeah, I can't figure out what kind of deck this was. We only seen one evolution. Yeah, they do end up switching out. Insta Strike. So yeah, let's hope Prime Catcher is not prized. Wow, it is prized. How bad is that? Yeah, we should have probably bossed them instead. Go for runaway draw. Wow, we don't even get the energy that we need. The Dunsparce. So we're gonna need like a Night Stretcher here. Wow, let's just go into Jet Energy. Go for the 190. Pretty insane game, honestly. Came down to already a tie. We're 2-2. If they can gust us and knock out like our Fezandipiti or something, we're basically done. Or even the Yanmega, because we have quite a few energies in play already. What, 5, 6, 7, 8 energies. Okay, Cyrano, that's okay. No boss, at least. They get 3 EXs. And what was that? Blissey, Ogerpon, and Goldango. This is crazy. Yeah, they're retreating out. So they can't use Counter Catcher. Because we're 2-2. The Artazon for Gimme Ghoul. Yeah, I feel like they basically lost this. They already used their supporter card. They didn't use their ace card though. But they already used the supporter card for the turn. Yeah, let's just boss. Zacian. Yeah, there we go. Let's take the last 2 prize cards. The Dunsparce and Ultra Ball. Nice, we do win it. It says go second here. Have our opponent go first, because we definitely want to use that TM Evolution. Yeah, that's a pretty bad hand. It looks like it's gonna be Dragapult. Okay, they play Artazon, that helps us out a little bit. If only we had the TM Evolution. Yeah, another Dreepy, so they're pretty well set. I don't even know if we want to really bench that Fezandipiti. Now let's get the Yanma. No, I think it's kind of unlikely they will attack us. So I guess let's just go for the add-on and draw a card. Jet Energy. Yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely they will knock us out. Oh wow, and they do get the Badoo. They switch out. Talking about that is so bad. So I don't know what we're gonna do here. If I knew they were gonna go for item lock, I would probably use the Ultra Ball. Yeah, let's go for find a friend, get the Dunsparce. Because we really need to start drawing some cards here. Another Cyndaquil. Yeah, and there's a Ethan's Adventure. So I wonder if they're running the Dragapult or they just have it for the Dracloak for the draw support. Bonded by the Journey. There's another one. So yeah, at least they're not using the Iono, but they do have Typhlosion. Will they knock us out? No, they just go for more item lock. Yeah, let's knock out the Badoo. Let's see, Rare Candy. I don't know if we want to put the Decidueye into play here. Yeah, they pick up another Ethan's Adventure. They have 2 so far, so that's an extra 120. Yeah, I feel like the Decidueye is not really getting a chance to put in any work for this deck, for this matchup, because it could just easily one-hit KO with Counter Catcher. Wow. Yeah, there goes Yanma. And I guess let's put the Fezandipiti down. Go for flip the script. Runaway draw. Hope we have enough energies in the deck. Oh wow, just 2. I think we still get to attach return. Yeah. Probably should Super Rod here. Yeah, let's go for the knockout. See, there's an Arven. Looks like we got all our Arvens for this entire 3 out of 4 probably. They go into Quilava. So I'm just waiting to see if they have this Dragapult here. They get Dracloak down. They only got the 1 Quilava. So they're not doing too bad. Ethan's Adventure. They get Cyndaquil on the Fire Energy. And it looks like they are running the Psychic Energies to use Dracloak. So I feel like it's a good thing we didn't discard the Regigigas. There's Typhlosion. So what is that? 3 Ethan's Adventures in a discard? Potentially if they find the 4th one, they can knock us out. Hoping it's prized. 12 cards in their hand. Absolutely insane. And we only played 1 supporter because I think it's probably like, what, turn 3 maybe? No, that's turn 5, okay. Yeah, no, I feel like we should get the... maybe the Prime Catcher here. I want to gust up the Fezandipiti. Oh no, should we put... I think we should put Regigigas down, honestly. Knock out the Fez, and then put 3 energies on Regigigas. Are these Ionos? No, it's just the Tapu Bulu and Grass. It's a pretty interesting game here. Down to the last 2 prize cards. They go into the Dracloak. I guess the Decidueye is pretty good, I guess somewhat of a pressure on them if they put Badu into play. And we can gust up one of these Dreepies or something, knock out the Dreepy and the Badu for the 30 bench damage. So that's definitely an option, but I doubt they're putting Badu down anytime soon. Yeah, pretty interesting game. Let's see if they Night Stretcher the Fezandipiti back. They do get the Dragapult. Are they gonna gust us? There's no way they can't not gust us. Because if they can't get rid of our Regigigas, they basically lose. So, unless they retreat on to Typhlosion. Another Dragapult. And we didn't even see their ace spec. I think they could have Unfair Stamp. Rock Scouting. Cloak. So they didn't use Boss. Prime Catcher. Cloak, okay. So they're gonna use the Recon Directive. $13 cards in their deck. And there has to be something like a Counter Catcher maybe. Unless they just prized a lot of their really good cards. They Ultra Ball, Nest Ball, and TM Evolution. So yeah, those are pretty bad. Another Dragapult. Super Rod. I'm just waiting for that Counter Catcher. Because they use, like, I think no gusting options. Or they just used one so far, actually, the Counter Catcher. But no bosses, Prime Catcher, or anything like that. So... yeah, they just go for the Phantom Dive. $50 and $10. Yeah, let's go into Regigigas. Yeah, 330 damage. Last two prize cards. Yeah, there we go. Dunsparce and Buddy Poffin. Well, those are all the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.